Like plants, so men also grow, some in the light, others in the shadows. There are many who need the shadows and not the light. Hi guys, my name is Dati. I am totally awkward with intros, but I'm into good spiritual, mental and psychological vibes. So let's get into the video. In the field of analytical psychology, the concept of the shadow refers to an unconscious aspect of the personality that does not align with the standard of the ego. This misalignment prompts the ego to actively resist recognizing its shadow while simultaneously projecting it onto others, which creates a psychological conflict between the two. The shadow archetype is tied to the collective unconscious, which embodies the chaotic and disruptive aspects. The shadow sits in the subconscious mind like a hidden vault containing all the feelings, thoughts and memories we've chosen to suppress. This is the part where our unspoken fears and untold secrets reside, waiting to be uncovered. The shadow is a concept introduced by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, representing the hidden aspects of our personality that we tend to reject and conceal. The aspect of the psyche known as the shadow is fundamentally instinctual and often operates on an irrational level. It serves as a container for individuals' suppressed emotions, particularly those linked to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. And as a result, people may unconsciously project these unresolved issues onto others, attributing their own insecurities to external sources rather than confronting their inner struggles. This behavior frequently arises when we encounter individuals or situations that trigger us, prompting reactions that we may not fully understand. Rather than confronting these deep-seated issues directly, we often push them down, suppressing our thoughts and feelings to a point where they become almost invisible to our conscious mind. As a result, we remain unaware of the subconscious beliefs and emotions that we harbor. This lack of awareness can lead to a cycle of unrecognized triggers where we respond to others based on our own internal struggles. So instead of addressing the root causes of our discomfort, we unintentionally project these issues onto those around us. Ultimately, this pattern hinders our ability to connect authentically with others, and it may prevent us from making meaningful progress in our personal growth. The shadow emerges primarily from a restricted identification with the persona, the social mask we wear in public to navigate societal expectations and relationships. The concept of the shadow, as articulated by Carl Jung, represents an unconscious aspect of our psyche that significantly influences our social interactions and perceptions. The shadow encompasses the parts of ourselves that we often choose to suppress or deny, usually in response to harsh expectations and moral guidelines set forth by our superego. This internalized voice of authority reflects societal norms and dictates what is acceptable behavior, making us reluctant to acknowledge our shadow selves. And as a result, the shadow becomes a complex combination of our instincts, our personal history, and unprocessed emotions. It often includes traits or desires that we perceive as negative or socially unacceptable, leading to internal conflict between our true selves and the persona we project to the world. This disconnection can have a far-reaching effect, especially in how we engage with others. In our daily interactions, the shadow frequently colors our judgments and perceptions, manifesting in various cognitive distortions. The shadow's influence is not only limited to our personal relationships, but it also extends to how we perceive broader social dynamics. Our biases and judgments, often stemming from this buried aspect of our psyche, can lead to distorted views that affect our interactions and connections with others. By failing to integrate our shadow, we risk perpetuating cycles of misunderstanding and conflict. An article published by Self-Transcendence Research suggests that One way to understand the relationship between Jung's shadow and the personality fragmentation is to see them as different responses to the same problem: the ability to integrate one's whole self. The shadow represents the aspect of oneself that are rejected by the conscious ego, while personality fragmentation represents the aspects of oneself that are split off by the unconscious mind. Both are ways of coping with unbearable pain and conflict, but both also prevent one from achieving wholeness and healing. I've heard various discussions regarding the concept of shadow work, with some individuals labeling it as evil or traumatizing. I find myself disagreeing with this characterization because while it's essential to approach such topics with care and consideration, the act of exploring our inner selves can be profoundly beneficial. Shadow work is fundamentally about delving deep into our subconscious to uncover the thoughts, the feelings, and behaviors that may be holding us back from realizing our fullest potential. Bringing these hidden elements to light encourages greater self-awareness. It enables us to examine the societal norms, beliefs, and expectations, both explicit and implicit, that have shaped our identities, sometimes in ways that we don't even recognize. Importantly, shadow work is not about indulging in self-judgment or blame. Rather, it is a healing journey. It is a tool. It allows us to address parts of ourselves that we may not have realized were in need of attention and care. Journaling. This practice involves writing down thoughts and feelings, which can help bring aspects of oneself to light. By constructively expressing these emotions, individuals can gain insight into their deeper selves. Dream analysis. Dreams often serve as messages from the unconscious mind. Keeping a dream journal allows you to capture and interpret symbols and themes that are present in your dreams, thereby uncovering shadow elements that may require integration. Meditation. Engaging in meditation can facilitate a quieter ego and fosters a sense of acceptance and awareness. This practice allows individuals to observe their thoughts and feelings without judgment, helping them recognize these aspects as integral parts of their identity. And shadow work. This is a more focused approach to engaging with the shadow self, whether it's done independently or with guidance of a therapist. Shadow work involves identifying, exploring, and accepting the shadow aspects, ultimately integrating them into one's conscious personality for a holistic self-development. Engage in shadow work primarily through the process of dream analysis, which is particularly effective for me since I often have a vivid recall of my dreams. This practice has allowed me to dive deeply into my subconscious, revealing the underlying issues and fears that shape my thoughts and behaviors. Through analyzing my dreams, I gain valuable insights into how I perceive myself and my interactions with others in my daily life. I truly believe that it is essential for each individual to discover methods of self-exploration on their own that resonate with them personally. Finding techniques that feel nurturing and less invasive can make a significant difference in how we approach our inner work. Shadow work does not have to be aggressive or daunting. It can be a compassionate journey to self-discovery. If you've made it this far into the video, comment with a black heart emoji and let me know if you think shadow work is evil. Please comment, like, and share. Virtual kisses, bestie.